Ben, there's room over there to sit down. Or you can sit in Rick's.
Yeah, you can sit in Rick's seat, he's still.
I'm not that important.
Well.
I did put
We like
deodorant on, so you could.
Yeah, hand this back to Bruce.
Sometimes an approach.
We're not sure if you got the chair that settles, so if you just feel like you're going to the floor,
I'll switch it back with yours.
that's where it usually comes. They say set it down there with the fat guy, he'll switch it. All right, I think we're about ready. Raise the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Morning all. Are you, anybody want a window cracked? Are you all good? Okay. All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Approve the agenda unless there's anything else, Sean.
Nope.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as printed. All in favor, aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We have the minutes from April 6th. Anybody have any corrections?
Motion to approve the minutes from April 6, 2026.
I'll second.
Motion and a second for the minutes for April 6th. All in favor, aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We have the claims.
I have drainage at $40,852.48. And the claims at $486,854.88. 486,854.88.
Morning, Dean.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning. All right. So were you gonna say something about the claim in question that are we gonna just okay that? This,
Oh, no, we should not okay that.
then do we have to take that
I'll
out?
take that out. So what will be the total?
And I'll let you do the hand.
The new total on the
Yes.
claims.
I'm playing 485.
485,571.62. 485,571.62. All right,
I'll make a motion to approve the claims of $485,571.62.
we have a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Just letting you know, there's a couple of claims on there that are way past delinquent, so they have been denied. All right, I think we're at general public concerns. Anyone? If you're gonna speak, please unlock the doors, so she can get in and out. Anyone? I guess you're here for something else. Okay. No one in public concerns. I guess we'll move forward to Ben.
Well, I guess first off, I should have been in here last week. Scott Cobb had a variance request that got rejected 2 Wednesdays ago. He wanted to put an addition on his house and go all the way to the right of way to 0 feet from the right of way instead of the 25. And I just need to know that, let you guys know that it was rejected. So if you guys hear about it or whatever, you know what's going on. And then second, you should have the contract from Midas in there to finish that 26. Or ordinance 26 agreement.
Okay,
That was approved already. We just never had a contract signed with Midas. So we just need to get that signed so we can keep moving forward with that one. And that was the $1,500 to rewrite that ordinance.
so you're looking for approval for the chair to sign the agreement with Midas on rewriting the zoning ordinance, right?
It was actually already approved.
Right.
We just need to get the signature. Paper trail to get everything.
For the $1,500 for approving.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll make a motion to approve this $1,500 payment to Midas to help this.
We have a motion and a second for this to be signed and any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Okay, and the variance, I guess we'll just wait and see if we hear anything, right?
Yeah.
Okey-doke.
Oh, thank you.
Are you hearing everything, Rick? Okay,
Caught one.
Discussion.
not going there. All right. We got 10 more minutes before we can start the public hearing. Right? So. Corey isn't here, is he?
Yeah.
Corey,
Yeah,
you got 8 minutes. Can you do your drainage? We can go into drainage. Otherwise, we're gonna have to sit here and do the 10-minute, well, we have to wait till 8:45 to do the hearing. So can you do it in 10 minutes?
I don't know, I got stuff for you guys to look at, I got drawings. Harry's got some pictures and stuff of what I found. But it's kinda, I got it laid out.
Drainage, so let me, are you thinking you can do this? Not, we're gonna,
I can do it, but I ain't gonna be able to do it for 50,000.
no, I'm talking
No.
minutes.
Let's admit.
Oh.
To get to Dave and discuss, we gotta go into drainage.
I just gotta go into drainage to do it.
No, let's wait,
Okay,
Do you want to do Wilson?
okay,
let's wait.
let's do it.
Okay.
Wilson, you wanna come do yours?
Sure.
Quarterly report for the VA,
Yes.
okay? Thanks, sir.
Thank
Thank you.
Okay.
We're missing one, okay.
Quarterly report for the 25-26 fiscal year. We scheduled $20,783.75 for the quarter. And we're under wait a minute, 13,232.39 was the expenditures of that 20,000 that was originally budgeted for that third quarter. So we're under by $7,551.31. So that will carry over into the next quarter. As with anything else, anytime we go under, we just carry that over to the next quarter. And so our annual budget was 83,135. And so far, our annual expenditures are 48,116.14. And that is under by $18,086. Of that 83,000, we set aside 40,500 for county services. As you look down the list, you'll see we had budgeted $10,000 for rental assistance for the year. That was the annual. We got a 2,500 for the quarter, And of that, we've only expended $463.06. For total leftover of 9,536, which again, all of these that are in the green are going to be carried over to the next quarter. And so as you can look down the list, you'll see that just about every one of these items that were county services related are under budgeted and of course will be carried over into the next fiscal year. Any questions?
Why are you running under on every one of these? I mean, was there a reason?
Why am I, what?
Running under budget? Normally, I mean, everybody's running over budget and you're running under budget.
Yeah, because like, for instance, we have, say, the funeral expenses. We may have one death in the quarter. But then again, we may have 4 deaths in that quarter. So we kind of take that into consideration. It's a swag, basically. And so we'd rather be over than under when it comes to county services or any veteran services, and for that matter. If we move on down the line there, you'll see pending federal claims that we have. We have 2 appeals in process. Appeals are for folks that have submitted claims that the veteran doesn't agree with, whether it was denied, if it was denied. So that goes into appeal. We have 3 claims right now for hearing loss and tinnitus. 2 for PTSD, and then we have 2 pensions that are being worked through the system. Some of the items that are included are lymphoma, Parkinson's, like syndrome, and 5 others, which are basic health related claims, folks that are just looking to be enrolled in the healthcare system through the VA. They just come off the street, say, hey, I need healthcare. How can I get some help? So we help file those forms for them to get them enrolled into the healthcare system. And depending on their status, whether they're combat related, veterans and non-combat, there are different things, different categories that will put them in a certain category of benefit packages that they can get. Moving down the line, we had some state claims. We worked through the Iowa Trust Fund. We had one individual, we actually completed that one. We got a garage door installed for him through the state system. The gentleman lived alone, uses a walker. During the winter months, he was accustomed to going through his garage into an attached garage into his home. Well, once that garage door, it actually just fell down and crumbled on him. So then he had to walk the icy walkway to get through the inside of the house.
So being that said, couldn't you fix a furnace for an individual instead of him running electrical heat and costing a fortune?
This is a totally separate item.
Okay.
This was totally separate. There was no heating involved in this one. This one was just accessing his home from his vehicle. And so we did get that approved, and the door was actually fixed. So that one was completed. We have 2 claims that are in the works now for veterans seeking dental work. The VA doesn't provide dental work unless it's an injury that was caused by your time in service. You got shot in the face and your dental work is damaged, they'll deal with you there. But that's all. They won't do any basic services for a veteran. So for that, we have to rely on the state trust funds. And they generally do a pretty good job of responding to those. We get a lot of hearing aids requests. That one goes through the VA. If it's denied because the veteran makes too much money, then we go to the state. Then the state will look at his finances and make a determination whether or not to approve that dental work or not. And that goes for just about everything else that we have to go through when the federal doesn't provide it, we go through the state and then finally the county. We have two disability ADA approved projects for bathroom expansions and making them ADA compliant. That one is also something you can get through the VA, the federal side, if the veteran doesn't make over a certain dollar amount. So it's income based. If it's below that, they'll provide the assistance for making your bathrooms handicap accessible. Otherwise, if it's not approved, then we go to the state, and the state will generally cover a good portion of that, if not all the costs for the bathroom restorations. And with all that said, that's all I have. Any other questions?
How are your numbers for, and I know you said it depends, are your numbers of people that are coming seeking help, are they staying consistent? Are we dropping? Are we going up?
It's very difficult to say. It just fluctuates from month to month, year to year, depending on whether we're at war or not, whether we have a call up of reservists. All of these things just affect what we have in the way of numbers. We do advertise in the paper our services, and seems like maybe with that in mind, we have had some increase. I can go back to 2022 when they came up with the PACT Act that opened up the door to a wider range of veterans that would qualify for services. So between 22 and 23, there was a huge influx, but then that has kind of dropped off a little bit, but it's somewhat steady.
Well, according to the governor and her state of the state, according to them, the counties that are using their VA and spending their money, that means the veterans are getting more and we have a chance to increase, but when we're running under, then I don't know. That's where I'm just wanting to make sure everybody that needs help is getting help. But by the same token, they also have to reach out and do the stuff themselves. You don't go out and look for them, right? They come to you.
Well, we advertise in the paper.
I understand.
You know, we advertise in the paper, and we can do outreach projects.
Oh.
You know, have those kinds of recruitment efforts. But I generally don't get a chance to do much of that, just simply because of the workload.
Right. Any other questions?
Just presenting of claims, is there a lag, or are you not getting the bills in time? Because I've been hearing different things about claims not being turned in on a prudent basis.
There were a couple of issues that have come up. We've had some veterans that had been getting a consistent flow of claims, and then suddenly we stopped because we didn't feel that veteran was deserving, and so we stopped providing the service. The veteran assumed that we were going to continue, although we denied the claim. And so before you know it, he had at least just one backlog bill, and was about to have a second one come up. So we did file for both of those just to bring them up to speed. And this happens with a lot of these cities or townships that are slow in submitting the claims to us or the veteran. Sometimes the veteran gets them they make the assumption that we got the bill as well.
It's a reason beyond your control is what I'm asking. Is it? I'm assuming it's a reason beyond your control.
Yes,
Okay, that's all I was just curious.
yeah, yeah. And you know, I asked folks to get their bills in as soon as they come in. Unfortunately, not everybody has the same billing cycles. So I would love it if everybody's bills came in on the first of the month and I could have them paid off. But they lag. Some come the first, some come the 11th. And by the time I get them, some time has expired. And in one case in particular, I have to actually go pick up the bill from the household and bring it back to the office. But I have to rely on them calling me to let me know that they received the bill.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a quandary, but we work through it the best way we can.
That's the answer that I was looking for, so
All
thank
right,
you.
okay.
All right, any other questions? If not, I'd accept the motion.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to accept this quarterly report.
We have a motion
Seconded.
and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carries. You want me to just sign this? All right, we're past our time for public hearing. Sorry. All right. Somebody want to make a motion to open the public hearing?
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
We have a motion. And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Pose same sign. Hearing is open at 8:51. This public hearing is on the second reading of the Humboldt County Comprehensive Plan. All right. Anybody got anything to
Comments?
comments? I'm assuming most people are here for, they didn't want to just come and see us. Was there any written?
No, we did not get
Nothing written? Okay. Then I'd open it up for discussion. No discussion? Go ahead, Mark.
Well, Mark Olson, I've been here before and supporting the wind energy development in Humboldt County. It's a source of income for landowners that decide that they wanna put wind turbines on their property. It would be money coming in to the county budget also. It's been done in many other counties in Iowa. I've mentioned before about how the former Governor Branstad and the current Senator Chuck Grassley have thought that it's a way to put more money into rural Iowa. It's safe, I know there's opposition to it. Boils down to they just don't wanna look at it, but I would hope that you would consider reasonable setbacks that affect other landowners also, but that would allow the wind energy to be developed in Iowa and Humboldt County. The two different projects that are being proposed, I think would be good for Humboldt County.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Adverse, I'm for wind energy.
Okay,
The President Board, my
can
name is
you,
Mark
Mark,
Thompson,
thank you.
representing family landowners in Humboldt County. Myself as a farm operator in Humboldt County and experience of working with over 10 different wind projects across the state, from my past employment and have seen what it has done firsthand to counties with income generation from the tax base and tax revenues and how it's changed. I had a property in southern Iowa that I used to look after that basically they were dirt county roads. They weren't even gravel to begin with. By the end of the project, which is now the biggest project in the state of Iowa in that area, it has increased all the services, all the landowners, all the operators are impressed with what's happened. They've got nice crushed rock roads now. Everybody's excited. They got better removal of snow in the wintertime. There's just all kinds of great things that have happened for the county, and I'd like to see Humboldt County be on the forefront. There's huge economic development potentials for them. There's lots of landowners that are not, or I typically say are the silent majority that are in favor of these projects, just as reiterating what Mark said. The income potential. Most of the experience that I've had, the windmills will generate income that's very equal to the corn and soybeans income off that same property. When you look at quarters and 40s and 80s, things like that. So it's a huge opportunity, and that money gets put right back into the local economy. Buying equipment, fixing stuff, buying the groceries, all of those kind of things. And I think it's a huge potential that we need to look at, get our heads out of the mud and be a forefront, be a leader. And I just want to charge the board of supervisors to move forward with that when you're looking at rules, regulations, setbacks, all those type of things. Make them realistic so we can work with them and have the people that are interested can proceed and not be limited by a few people that have outspoken opinions and hold back majorities of outlooks. So, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
My name is Tim Renaud. I'm with RWE and also representing over 70 landowners in Humboldt County who have entered into lease. So we've made a significant investments already in our wind farm. What I want to do is address a couple things. I did read through the comprehensive plan. So I understand there was a survey of 34 respondents. So in our view, that's a small sampling. And that's why we want to talk. I want to speak on behalf of all the landowners who are interested. As mentioned by some others, there's clear economic incentives. So we estimate the life of 30 years of a lease that we sign in operations could generate conservatively 65 million. So significant economic boost that comes in the form of not only the leases, the tax revenue, but the jobs created. So we estimate during construction over 200 over the course of the 1.5 year construction, and then permanent jobs 4 to 6 for operational jobs, including plant manager role. So that is something that speaks directly to the comprehensive plan, which is seeking ways to generate economic viability for the county. I also want to point out agricultural compatibility. It's a major concern in the comp plan, but as it should be. We maintain that a wind turbine itself only takes up an acre in the footprint, plus the access roads. So it is compatible. Your underlying zoning does not have to change. It remains agricultural. And our landowners see the benefits because there are protections for them, but they have the rights to continue to use the land outside of the improvements that we build upon. Lastly, I just wanted to offer this that something to think about for the comprehensive plan. And yes, there is some opposition. We're also proponents. We feel that you could even take a position of just remaining neutral on a comprehensive plan when it comes to energy generation. So you're not necessarily picking and choosing one because technologies do change over time. And that way, we can lean on the zoning code itself that can be dictating the setbacks and the other requirements for development. So overall, we see a benefit. We're here to promote the benefits of our wind farm. And we ask that the comprehensive plan respect the land rights of our leases.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
I got a question for this guy right here. Keith, that's my name. Do you live right next to one?
I do not.
That's all I gotta say.
Go ahead.
I'd say one thing. Kevin Corrigan, I'm actually chair of the Planning and Zoning Commission to work on a comprehensive plan, and it did take us
quite a while to get through that with Midas and things, and thankfully we've been able to wrap it up. Back in 2023 and 2024, when we did all the surveys, public notice was sent out. We had small group meetings, we sent out surveys to businesses. A lot of opportunity was given for people to provide input. And regardless of sample size, that opportunity was given. And we used the input people were given in the comprehensive plan.
Okay. Go ahead.
Cheryl O'Hearn, and we farm in Humboldt, Webster, and Calhoun County. And yes, we live by a windmill. Also live by two of the competing railroads. Live by Cargill, CJ Bio. And we don't have a problem with and farm in all three counties. All three county are Webster and Calhoun County have had windmills for years. In Webster County, they're upgrading all the windmills. If you have noticed over in 2025, we have no problems when we were provided this opportunity. Again, it is additional income for farming. As we know, farming is a very volatile business. You cannot predict what's going on from one year to the next. This provides not only for us, but for Humboldt County, a income that's guaranteed going forward on it. Some people don't like change. Well, I just came from talking at the University of Southern California, was in vehicles that were driverless, saw robots going around delivering food. All of those things out there, change is change. And wind power is a great way to economic development, work with a lot of counties on economic development. A lot of them would beg to have this opportunity provided to them. So encourage you to look at making sure that this is something that's available. And if a farmer is willing to provide their land for it, it's their decision and it's up to them. And they also need to make sure that, in my case, the Irish O'Hearns came back and we're keeping that land today. So we need to make sure that that keeps going to the next O'Hearn out there. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I got a question for her. Do you have one in your front yard?
We have one that's a mile away.
Or-
Yeah.
Do you
Does it
live-
bother us?
Do you live there?
Yes, we live on the farm out there, and we also have the two competing railroads, one on the north side and one on the south side. We don't even hear any noise out of them either, so
Well, they were probably there first.
they were there first, you're right, exactly, but, yeah, we don't have a problem, we understand, it's wrong.
So a few people will gain and the rest of us don't gain.
You gained because the county is guaranteed income,
Our taxes keep going up, but they aren't guaranteed nothing.
so does inflation. Nothing's guaranteed. If you wanted that and go back into the early 20th century, if you can get it done, I'm sure a lot of people here would be thrilled to death not to pay as much, but their income is also gonna go down. So that's part of change.
Right, all right, anybody else?
Alan Erickson.
Alan?
We've signed up probably 10% of what they needed. I don't know how technical you get with your implementations of guidelines, but we also signed up with Invenergy. And they said when they put their cables through the land, they will dig and it'll be opened up. I mean, so you can see where the cables, the trench is. And if they hit into a tile line, they will repair it. I want to make sure that RWE, because I've been a thorn in their side about them plowing in lines or from turbine to turbine. They go generally the quickest as the crow flies to each turbine. Well, we've done a lot of tiling. I mean, a lot. And they cut across these tile lines. Well, it kind of makes your ground, I won't say worthless, but worth less than it should be. So if you do proceed, I want some guidelines in there that they have to dig it open to see what they're destroying. Because we put many thousands of dollars into our tile lines.
Did you say that you've already signed leases with both?
Yes,
Wouldn't that be something that you would have thought of before you signed a lease with them?
they assured us that they would be careful. Well,
We heard that before.
But we have, this is our deal. The only tile that we know that exists are county tile.
right,
Because you guys have hundreds of miles of
I can verify that.
of private tile.
No.
You guys have lots of tile that we don't know about.
correct.
So we aren't gonna be out on the verifying that
Not
RW, I'm
very-
just saying, if you enter into an agreement with them, that's the only tile we're worried about is the county tile, right?
I'm just.
And our bridges and our roads.
Our roads.
And everything else that we get to try to repair, those are things that but your private tile is your private baby.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just. So it's on record that,
Oh, I understand that part. I'm not expecting the county to
no,
be
cause we have to be, we're trying to straddle the fence and be good to everybody. Cause we have the people that don't want, people that do want. And we stand in the middle and try to keep them at
But
bay.
if you already signed a contract, that should be your problem. If you're worried about it, you should take care of it. I'm the time part. I get to all the pattern tile has been done. That should be your problem.
I understand that part. I'm just saying if there's Invenergy says they will dig a trench to see what they're cutting into. I would like the same guidelines for RWE.
You'd like language in ordinance is what you're saying. Not a comp plan, but like an ordinance that says that if this comes in, it's an open trench or what?
That would be something along the lines of what I would like.
Kevin?
Can I just, just for clarification, the comprehensive plan we're talking about right now is really a high level guide for the future of the county.
Mhm.
It has nothing to do with ordinance, nothing about it is ordinance.
Right.
Now, ordinances are supposed to be guided at some level by what's in the comprehensive plan, but it is not an ordinance in itself. A lot of people here are talking about the wind ordinance, our board is working on that and we have that ready to go. As soon as this comprehensive plan is in place, we will move forward with those public hearings. But today, comprehensive plan is just a high level guide, about a 10-year guide for the future of the county, and it's not ordinance itself.
Yes. So anyway, anybody else? I'd look for a motion to close the public hearing.
Make a motion to close public hearings.
Seconded.
We have a motion and a second to close the public hearing at 9:07.
Are we gonna waive the third reading?
Well,
We
that
did that before I closed it,
This is-
I guess.
discussion,
So do we need to reopen it to close it or to waive the third reading?
we can.
Yes.
Make a motion to open the hearing.
Jesus. All in favor?
Aye.
Pose same sign. We're back open. Now do you want to talk about possible waiving the third?
I'll make a
Reading?
motion to waive the third reading of the comprehensive plan.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pose same sign. We've waived third reading. So now,
Make a
do you want,
motion to close public hearing.
okay, we'll do it again at 9:08. All in favor?
Aye.
Pose same sign. Hearing is closed. Need a motion and to adopt resolution 2026-04-13. Approving the 26 comprehensive plan for Humboldt County.
I'll make a motion to approve and adopt a resolution of 2026-04-13. A resolution approving the 26 comprehensive plan for Humboldt County.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, and that is a roll call vote. Which,
Aye.
Bob is early eye. Mike,
Aye.
Dennis, Rick, Reimers is aye as well. Motion carries. Oh, for the love. I'll just put the date on just so you don't ask me what day we did it. Okay. Sounds like we're done.
Yep.
We appreciate everybody.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Been a long time coming.
Well,
2 years,
I think we should, shut up.
3 years.
I'm not gonna say what I wanna say.
Okay.
Send Midas in payments of the same way that our plan got put together, send them $50 a month for 3 years. That's four. I don't know. I don't wanna be mean.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
Corey,
now we'll go to look for a motion to go into drainage.
Make a
Then,
motion. Make a
do
motion.
you have anything, Ben, that you need to visit about?
I second it.
Okay. We have a motion and a second to go into drainage. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We're in at 9:10. Corey.
Corey.
Thanks, Mark.
Ron, did you want to say something before we get started or?
I wanna say something after first.
Perfect, okay.
Lori? Yeah.
Going back to the claims, that
Okay, give you a holler
VA
after
one
bid.
was already taken out, so the original amount of 486,000
Oh, okay.
was correct, so just to have that on
Okay.
file.
Avoid that.
Yes, so the 486 was correct, that was.
Deconducted?
The VA, yes.
486 or?
Or
You make out that.
85.
You're gonna bring whistle like-
there's no alcohol.
Okay. That was not nice. Because looking at his, being it, she's got money in.
You know.
So. Ben, nice to see you.
Thank you.
How are things in your life?
Corey, how are you?
Good, and you?
Thank you.
Well, it's been a interesting weekend.
That hit us. That hit us.
Pick your topic, set that
Can we get some order in our out room here?
No.
All right. So Corey has been out there and been digging and made several holes out there on our ground and on Ron's ground, and so he's got a plan. Can you hear Rick, or do I need to shut the door? We gonna, okay. Well, hopefully they'll wander outside here shortly. All right. Go ahead, Corey.
Well, what I found was there was an intake, a 12-inch intake that's about 336 feet off the fence line. That there's two tile that didn't really dump into it. They deadheaded right there, that had boiled the water out and created a suck hole just on the north side of the intake, which it's not the problem, but it's part of the problem. I go back 75 feet from that and I did the first cut hole. There wasn't too bad for tree roots, a little bit, not bad. I went back another 167 feet and cut the tops of the tile, and there it is 3/4 full of tree roots, or grass roots, excuse me, not willows, grass. There is not much willows in that vicinity at the 167 from the from the other cut. So you're looking at like 200 feet from the intake. The willows start thinning out to where the willows are kind of right over the top of the tile line. The next 3 holes that I dug after that are clear full of water. They're level at top of the ground. So I've got a lot of hydraulic pressure working against me at that point to where I can't cut into the tile to see what we have.
So further south you're coming, more water and less roots.
More roots.
More roots, all right.
And in that same token, at the end the last hole that I dug, it seems to me that tile is probably right at 5 foot, 5.5 foot to the top of the tile. And I think that's part of the reason why there's more roots at that end than there is at the other end, is the depth. We gain a little bit of depth the farther north we get, which is the way it flows, so it makes sense. Outside of that, I guess, according to Beacon, it shows there's a spur that goes off to the east. And as I drove down through that, I did find 2 holes east of there that I really couldn't touch much with the tile probe. But I've also got about a foot of water going to the east that I don't know how big that lake is to the east side of there. So I've got all that hydraulic pressure working against me also. My question is looking at Beacon, it looks like there is a tile that goes farther east to that next farm. Are we gonna stop at the end of that tile, or do we have to go clear through that to provide him with an outlet?
He's gotta have an outlet, and that's all there is to it.
But do we stop where the county tile stops at now, Mike, or do we have to continue that to the fence?
We can't make it any smaller or shorten it. It's gotta be replaced exactly the way it is according to the drainage district rules. So to replace it up to where it's broke is probably where we're gonna have to go with it, or where the intake is now existing.
Well, we only have to go the length of our tile, right?
Yeah.
So if his tile hooks on to ours and goes east, is that what you said?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Continuation, you have that,
Which one?
that other picture that I,
No,
oh,
no, you didn't give me
Okay.
the pictures that I sent you.
so the continuation, what happens is it goes east. Partway into that next parcel, the continuation that Corey's talking about, the outlet would be in a private tile.
oh,
It continues off from that, so. It wouldn't be like our responsibility to do the outlet, but that's where. Sorry, I didn't give you that map, that's where it stops, so we would have to stop right where. It's the original tile,
So
so,
where our tile stops is where we would stop.
right.
yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
I guess I misinterpreted what you
No,
said.
no, and that's fine. I just didn't know how that all worked, cause yeah, obviously that was put in. I don't know when it was put in. Or anything like that. I don't know if it was done shortly after this. I didn't know if, meaning that it stopped here, maybe beforehand, before this all went into the set aside or the county took this portion of it over. If maybe that was tiled out before then, and now that there's roots into this half of it. I didn't know how that worked. That's the only reason I asked that is I would thought maybe that you would have to take that to here, not knowing if however they tied into the end of that was a start that it filled the back half of that tile up. That's kind of where I'm getting at. You know what I mean?
Ron, you can answer some
I
of the
was gonna
questions.
say, Ron, do you have any input and you might know directions and when and?
Well, I mean, I had the thing is, let's be honest, guys, when they farmed that piece, I didn't have any trouble. And if I had known that piece was for sale, Harold and Hires and I don't know if you remember Harold. Harold's got the 80 right north, but Harold and I would have bought that in a heartbeat to keep this mess from happening. We never had an issue. So the grassroots, Jody and I, we started sales farming for the first time farmer loan program. I didn't have a rich daddy or grant to get me going. And so when we first bought this piece in '93, I mean, it's like a dream from heaven that came through to us because I could farm, I could run my test plots, research plots. And, in '05, and this DD 35 project came into play. And damn near broke my wife and I. It cost me 70 grand plus interest for 10 years. We paid this off over 10 years. So it's not only this piece that it's affected, it's my quarter north of Harold's old home place. There's been no money taken off any of those farms for a long time because it all had to go back, plus more, plus my job. just to keep this thing floating. And so I will say this, with the conservation being there, I've had a car window shot out. My new garage that I just resided was shot on the east side. My machine shed was shot. My sister-in-law and I were in the machine shed during hunting season. She was returning tomato cages to my wife Jody. Not like World War III, all these adults bouncing off the machine shed. It hasn't been a great situation. People don't abide by the law based on residence distance between hunting and discharging gun and dwelling there. We tried with Jeannie, you know, she mowed way out. Guess what? They were walking on my side of the fence there. You know, so it's been an ongoing problem. The DNR, the EPA, all the other officers, you know, Dean, bless his heart. You know, what do? There's things that are going on in the parking lots all the time. People park and drink and shooting birds off the light lines and stuff. There's always things going on, both west and east of my place. But the biggest thing is the way to fix this grass problem. I have a friend in Northern Calhoun County got the same thing. They use city water line. They didn't use time. That way the grass can't get in there, the trees can't get in there. I understand, Mike, that we gotta go back to the same size, but look at it, let's face it, you know, Jody and I, we love our neighbors out there. We get hit with these big drainage assessments. Who wants that for a 7.4 acre piece, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I tried to sell this, my acreage and everything to the county. At that time, we didn't know if the DNR, the EPA, Presence Forever, Ducks Unlimited, we really didn't know who the real owner was. Very confused on it. But we wanted to sell it to them back then because, you know, Harold and I both had the discussion, we're in trouble. Things are gonna get ugly in a hurry. And, you know, we have little kids out there during hunting time. Jody's got fun cats. We've had a couple come back all goofed up for being shot. You know, a cat's not a pheasant. It is what it is. I guess the thing is at the end of the day, I don't want to cost my neighbors a great big assessment. That's nobody wants that, including Jody and I. I'm 63 in August. Look, I don't need a great big. I think if we could look at maybe putting in some city water line that is sealed, give me some relief there. Maybe let me go east. I don't know what you need to do as far as, I would like to farm that. If Jody's little brother, he would like to farm it, you know what I mean? I'm looking for a real common sense, practical, very inexpensive to hear this. Okay? I'm easy to get along with. Yes, I would like to keep grass and the trees and everything out of there, but guess what? That ship's up, they're already in there. And according to my friend in Northern Calhoun County, the water line really gave them the protection they needed and it provided the drainage he had to have. So. Just a thought, I'm not a scientist and I'm not a hydrologist with regards to water stuff. All I know is we got a crop coming up that needs to be planted. I would like to plant it. If I do PD, preventive planting on it, guess what that pays? About zero.
I was gonna say a little over nothing.
And Bruce, we're about there anyways, the farming of a good year.
Yeah.
And, you know, my taxes don't quit. They keep on going. And I had a crop there, had a crop there ever since '93.
Would it be something that conservation would let you farm a 40-foot strip right through the middle of the damn thing? Over top of that tile?
I farm on the north side of it.
No, I meant
Farm on
through
the
it.
south side of
I mean, if we go fix this tile again, what's the sense in doing it again if you're not gonna prevent the grass from growing? You would recycle that ground every year, your root system wouldn't get established. That's what I'm at, I mean, that's. Because then it would be basically you keeping that tile open. If you got the ability to farm through it, even if you had to leave it for the pheasants, the DNR
You
can.
can do it as a food plot.
Exactly, that's what I was after. If we went.
Is 40 foot enough? I mean, you have to look at the root structures of all these briars and stuff. Are we at and corn plants on the grounds?
we can talk about horizontal root structures or vertical root structures. We just wanna make sure, if we do that, Mike, keep in mind, how much money you gonna spend to make that work on 7.4 acres?
Well, conservation would fund the planting on that property versus them come mowing it or whatever they got to do. It would save them money and you money at the same time. That's what I'm trying to say.
So here's the other thing I had for offer. You know, when we look at conversion of ground, that was a conversion of ground, right? And so I feel that the other landloaders, voters, and the people in the DD 35 project should not be assessed a penny for this. It's not their problem. Should it fall on the Conservation Commission or the said owner, whoever it is? Because it was a conversion of ground from farm production to this.
Even if you use the water line, I realize it has a rubber gasket in there that's going to seal it. Do you think that's gonna still prevent it from growing in there, or do you think it will? I'm asking.
According to what Larry told me, it definitely did, but the problem was there was no tile activity where you had it. It don't take anything from the outside.
Yep.
Nothing.
Correct.
All it was a way to get past the briars and the grass and the deep rooted problems that we have, right? And it helped him with that regard. But I think at the end of the day, economically, we all need to collectively look at this and say, what's the most economical, not only for the DD 35 landowners, but also the taxpayers as a whole, right?
Yes. And the cheapest route would be in my opinion, is to have you farm that through there as a cover crop or a food plot or whatever you wanna call it. Because then you could keep the root system from growing down.
I understand, Mike, but the thing is we still got the bill to get the roots out.
You gotta get there
Yeah, but that's,
to be able to do it as a alternative, right?
yeah.
Yep, and Shaney that laid all this tile, I mean,
Oh,
Harold
God.
and I was there. Dude, it was a shit show from the get-go. I mean, we got,
That name alone tells you that.
it's sucking dirt. My first intake into Harold's, I've had Marshall and other people come up trying to fix that thing from sucking dirt. I'm sucking dirt again. You know, and the thing is this thing's gonna continue to be an issue for the district forever. Because it was so poorly done. And Harold and I drive out there and he just shake his head. I mean, it just, yeah.
Could I interrupt for a
Yeah.
minute?
Sure, Rick.
A cheaper option might be an open ditch through the conservation land. Just a thought.
How much past grade, Rick, would you think we need to go? How much deeper? Because it will silt back.
Yeah, you'd have to, allow for the siltage, but it's just a thought of, keep the roots out, you don't have to deal with the roots, you'll probably have some trouble with beavers getting in there if you got willows. Yeah.
Good idea.
The long-term fix is to put it in a solid pipe.
I think that's
So,
an idea thing.
so question then, as wet as it is now, and if they got rain in the forecast for tomorrow, we're already SOL. So at least we have a little time to do a little exploring.
And Bruce, let's be honest with us, at $4 corn. It might make give myself a favor if my night farming night into that this year. You may not do anything than just move money from anything to anything, right?
How much driving do you still do? Once in a while, you see a bag of seed corn laying on the ground if it's not broke.
I was out there on Amarillo last week.
And you didn't see a damn bag.
No.
All right,
Well, I
well,
only see one guy in the field by the Emporia.
usually have 5 guys hitting their brakes trying to grab that bag before it hits the ground.
And I'll be honest with you guys, during hunting season, it can be pretty dangerous out there. It's nuts. I chased that guy that shot our machine shed, because Tammy is right beside me, and he parked east, he was from Michigan. He didn't get a rip, rather what happened. And he was shooting at a hen.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, wow. So when you live out there in the middle of the night, you'll see somebody pull in the driveway out there at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. If I get an ambulance call, and all of a sudden I'm taking off. What's 2 cars sitting out in there in the middle of the night in the dark?
You know, and that's not your guys' responsibility, I get it, but. It is a place people come to do target practice if they get a new gun.
Well, let's look into it.
I'm available.
All right.
Anything I can do, I've committed to the county and the people of the county. We feel honored to live here and I just don't want to cost a ton of money unnecessarily.
Okay.
That's not practical.
Are you willing to think about if the conservation would allow you to farm that? To plant that into crop, Ron? Here's my
The thing
second.
is that they want to keep that as a food source, a food plot.
Correct, but I mean, you would be willing to go in and rip that up every year if it's something, some agreement that you guys could come up to? Cause my hindsight of this is go back to that intake that's washed out in that CRP.
You know, we were told, Corey, when they put that in, well, that'd be all non-perforated tile. You know, they want the whole water in there for obvious reasons.
Right.
They've done a good job of it.
The reason I say that, if that is something that you're willing to take care of to a certain point, Ron, by working it, planting it in the crop, just let it fall for feed, work it in the spring, put beans in it or whatever. If I put non-perf in it, that's not an option.
No,
But coming back to this is where I was getting at, is I would drop at that intake, I would drop and lay a 6-inch pipe in, perforated tile, cause you're gonna work it, you're gonna keep the roots out of it. And plow that right into yours and leave that as your outlet.
how come you're lowering my outlet capacity?
Do you think you need an 18-inch capacity in your corner?
We're gonna pattern tile that.
I understand that, and the way Mitch and I kinda thought, he didn't think you needed that big a tile, cause initially I was gonna come up here with a 12.
So if I didn't need that big,
And he didn't think I needed a 12-inch.
if I didn't need that big, why did they stay that big when they did it?
I can't say that. I don't know, was this into this program when they put that tile in?
Was what in what program?
Was-
the
was-
P35 project?
No,
No, what's the
was the
conservation?
conservation into this when they put that project in?
Yes. But barely.
It's close.
Barely.
Early 90s when I think. that.
No, it wasn't early 90s, because I was there at 93 and they were still farming all around it.
Did Goodell's farm then?
Actually, there was a family by the name of. Well, Dennis, I think, rented it from Lloyd, I think, and the boys, but then there was an outfit, the last name started with B. I guess whoever sold the land would have had control of who was renting it at that point.
Yep.
Yeah, but like I said, if Harold and I know that was ever for sale, we would have bought it in a heartbeat. So,
But I was just thinking that if the whole conservation thing wasn't a thought yet, the reason they put that tile that big into there is to take care of the amount of water that them pockets hold.
oh, no doubt, Corey, but the thing is even though, you know, you get me relief, that conservation's still gonna put a lot in there.
Besides the fact we can't downsize, can we, Rick?
No.
Or Mike, we can't downsize anything that's in there if it's fixed.
You gotta
We have to go to the exact size that is in there.
Yeah, I do believe this. I think you're forgetting the boundaries of the district. That tile serves that bound. It was designed for that size. So, you know, changing the size of it's gonna affect that whoever's drained. I haven't looked at the map. But any of that land outside, you know, it is a tile now, but it might be someday.
Well,
And they have the right size.
yeah,
So I think you definitely have to have a public hearing on this. So we get all the landowners input, probably have an engineer. Come up with the best.
scenario.
There's kind of what I can tell, even that over to the east, there's only about 7 acres there because the way that hillside curves around the backside of that acreage. So you're looking at 7, you're looking at 14 acres total, giving it the max as being 20. And that's why I didn't know if that was all put in before that went to county and they were taking into consideration the amount of water that this holds. But now that you don't necessarily want the water out of this, I didn't know if there was a way a guy can downsize to here and then go to here with something just a little larger, like an 8-inch, even though there's probably just a 6-inch it comes into it because of the way that knoll is and the backside of that.
Well, the only way we would be able to know that is if an engineer would look at it.
You gotta Kyle.
Because we'd have to have
Look at
an
it.
engineer's report, because if we go up to the threshold and change something, we have to have the reason why, right?
Yes.
So they used to block the intake underneath the highway east of me with fence posts and plywood to keep it from going south. So right on the highway east of where this is at, you'll see there's an intake that goes, or not intake, a tile that goes underneath the highway.
Cross pipe.
And they used to block that to hold the water, which was wrong.
Correct.
Wrong.
Correct.
But there is an intake in that south fence, excuse me, in the ditch in there, and Goodell's farm on that side of it too.
But I think everything on the other side of the highway goes south. It does not come north.
I mean,
Table.
table it, yeah, we're gonna. have to-
So everything from the east parking lot
Yep.
along the highway. If you go east of there, there's a cross tube underneath the road. In that ditch, there's an intake in the ditch. They used to block that with a sheet of plywood and fence post to keep it from.
Is that a different drainage district, Ron?
It is.
That's why they blocked it, so the
Yeah.
water didn't flow into the other damn drainage district. That makes
But then
sense.
why was the pipe underneath the highway?
Well, I don't know, equalization.
Exactly. And so, and like I said, I think economically, guys, we need to put our common sense hat on here. You know, that's the thing.
Well, Rick, if we just table it and have a public hearing on it? Is that what you're wanting?
That's what we need to do is notify our landowners about it, because that's what we're paying for local.
What if,
And come up with the best decision.
what if we get a quote, just a quote on what it would take to dig an open ditch? That number would still be asked by somebody, right? And you
Yeah.
have the answer to the number.
Rick, would an open ditch be an improvement enough in that pipe that we could call that an improvement? I'm asking.
It'd be a change, so you'd have to go through the process of the public hearing.
Okay,
I definitely think we gotta have a public hearing on this, because this is also an issue for a lot of people.
okay.
I still think it'd be a good idea though, to get a ballpark figure of an open ditch, just to come prepared, a little prepared, you know.
How many total feet is that?
1,000.
You're probably looking at 1,000 by the time the guy goes up around that spur into the west from the intake or from the standpipe, I should call it, because it wasn't even with the ground. That PVC stood up about 6 inches out of the ground. So from there all the way around, you're probably looking at that 1,000 foot.
So would you look at 1,000 foot at 1 inch coefficient or on? You know, you gotta keep in mind where our coefficient is at now.
Depends on where you're at. Is it half inch now?
But the landowners, we did this originally agreed on certain amounts with respect to.
Well, they're in the records somewhere.
Yeah, so.
Cause I was gonna say, yeah, you're gonna have to stick with the same coefficient. You can't go to a larger coefficient on it.
Well, stay with an 18-inch.
Well, if we dig an open ditch, you'll
Right.
probably put a bulkhead in there
No, I get that, but
and go with it.
I guarantee that's gonna cost you a lot more than putting in an 18-inch tile right alongside of it.
But
that isn't
gonna heal it though.
What that costs?
Huh?
The open ditch?
The 18.
18.
No, no, cause when I quoted it, I kind of figured that we could downsize it since there was
But we can't.
less than 20 acres between the two of them. I was hoping that we could eliminate the larger expense by going to the bigger pipe for the simple fact that we're only draining 20 acres overall total.
It makes sense, but
Maybe I'm wrong.
Just the way things
That
are.
depends on.
Yeah, doctor probably.
Yeah.
Peterson traffic.
Downsizing, they're definitely gonna.
I don't think it's me.
Open hearing.
Yeah,
We
we
can't, we're not, we can't downsize it.
No.
We can't. It's gotta stay 18. End story.
Just do the open hearing.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's do it. We'll schedule or try to get it on the schedule.
Any motion to table it or just run over?
Well, it was just discussion.
Okay.
So,
I would suggest you set a date for an open hearing, just to ball rolling. Plus you wanna wait a little while more.
do you wanna try to set something?
Call Travis, get it, try something.
You wanna set something with, I'll try to set something with Colin first? I'm assuming you're gonna use,
That's who I was planning on calling. Rick or either one, I don't care.
does someone even make a motion to,
I think what we do, we have to open hearing, talk with the landowners. We can take recommendations from the landowners at that time, whether they wanna do something. You know, what they want to do, and then we hire an engineer. That's, you gotta have the open hearing for hiring an engineer.
so do you wanna do an open hearing next week?
Monday.
Because if we don't,
Stand up, they need to know.
well then, as quick as we can, because people are wanting to plant.
27th, that's 2 weeks from now.
That should work.
I'm making more thing a public hearing on the 27th. Okay.
Is there anything else on that date? That she's got scheduled, that anybody knows of?
Not that I know
The 20th, she's got the budget hearing, so the 27th, let's just go 9 o'clock,
of. Yep, right away.
9 o'clock. Make a motion on that,
So,
we have a motion
I'll second
and a second to have a public hearing. On 35, was that the number?
Yeah.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Alright.
Alright,
Opposed, same here, we're good. Anything else for drainage? I think you just left us.
it. I'll make a motion to go ahead and drainage.
I'll second it.
All right, thank you.
You gonna be here 27th work for you, Ron?
I'll be here.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
I'll be
You're
here.
good.
Appreciate it.
And anything else that Jody and I can be of help with, I mean, we just gotta be common sense.
Right.
Yeah,
And the thing is, let's be honest, I'm not gonna live there my whole life, but I wanna be able to sell something that has value.
well,
And not everybody wants a fish pond, you know?
I agree.
And to address your problems about people shooting and
yeah,
That sucks, Bob.
I was gonna say,
maybe we can put up,
You have, there's a 200-yard rule that you don't shoot within, we put up signage.
yeah,
They just shoot.
Being aware, Ron, I don't know what else we can do.
I can't shoot back, right?
If you mowed that,
I would.
Todd, would you mow that, so there's absolutely no grass there?
Get them,
Yeah.
so, you know what I
Good.
mean?
I mean, there's nothing to hunt if there's no grass there, there's no reason to walk.
We've done that, like with Jeannie, they mowed it tight to the ground.
You
I'm
know,
just thinking.
I would hate to say this, but if there's a damn pheasant standing in his front yard, someone's gonna shoot it anyway.
Right.
I mean, that's how stupid people are. That's just,
So we had that thing where they're shooting the birds off the electrical poles from that east drive down by Terry Scouts. They were hitting my newly re-sided garage. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
These people from Winnebago County,
oh yeah,
they didn't care. I told Kenny Worley, who was a deputy, then I said, I want their guns. Oh, I can't give you the guns. I said, they shot my garage. They just got done re-siding it. You know?
alcohol permit. Yeah. All right, we're back and we'll see you on the 27th. Thank you all.
Everyone.
You bet.
Thanks, Corey, for your
Thank
time
you.
and helping us.
Thank you, Ron.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see what we end up with.
That's what we can do.
All right, appreciate it.
Yep.
We have a Class C liquor alcohol license renewal for April 20th to April 19th for 27 for the Humboldt Country Club doing business as Humboldt Country Club.
I'm making a motion to approve the Class C retail alcohol license for renewal effective April 20th to April 19th, 2027 for the Humboldt County.
Yes, I was.
Then I'll just put this question in to make sure everything's in order, right?
Yes.
All the grant, or the insurance and all that is up to date,
Yeah, so
so,
the state's already approved it, so.
okay, it's all approved. Do we need to sign any of this?
Nope.
Okay, we just we have a motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor, aye? Opposed, same sign, motion carries, it is good. All right. You wanna run through your committee reports, then we can go to our work session. Quickly,
Okay, I had.
that's good, thank you.
I'll think about it.
John was the one that said to do it, she said he's kinda long-winded.
I had the city council meeting on Monday and I had a safety meeting on Tuesday. And Wednesday I went out to DD 6, section 14 for Doug Sandvin to look at potting in his farm ground, pretty large area, and there's a tile that's plugged underneath the trail, so it's private tile and he will take care of it. That's it.
Monday city council meeting, Wednesday, went out to DD 35, took some pictures, spent some time with Corey on that. I don't know.
Thank you, by the way,
I don't.
for waiting out there and.
No problems. Blast it, watched Cole Anderson blast, a charge of rock.
Okay, Dan, what do you got?
Hold on.
Yeah, just.
Food pantry, Thursday, I'm gonna keep going now. ISAC webinar on Friday, Terry Till just called with a tile issue, run up there, address that issue, got it taken care of with Terry. Now I'm done.
Yeah, it's just a city council meeting, pre-construction meeting that was on Monday, and then, on the city council meeting was, Tuesday was, a pre-construction meeting out at the engineer shed. Food pantry on Thursday, and that's it.
All right. I guess, city council on Monday night. Tuesday morning, we had the safety meeting. I didn't go to the pre-con meeting because Ben said didn't need us all out there. Wednesday, in between running up and trying to get a hold of John and talking with John, I had some, we all got that VA message or email, so I went and talked with him. And Wednesday afternoon, I went out and watched the blasting out at Rutland. I also visited with Susie, called questioning some things. On Wednesday, or excuse me, on Thursday, went to the food pantry. You know, I don't know if it took like a day and a half for me to warm up. That rain was cold and I don't know, I had my sweatshirt on and it soaked through my coat.
Ooh.
And by the time I got done, I was froze. And it wasn't even that cold out, but then let's see. Friday I called John again in reference to some other things on Friday mid-morning. I got a call from Udmo I had told him I would help him on a transportation webinar, I guess is what it was. We sat and going over trying to help for how they set up their transportation for the school kids. What is the one we don't have? It's over here in this little trailer. Head Start. For all the other towns around, you have to line up and go through when a parent puts the kid on bus and then they go to make sure that the bus driver knows that the kid was safely delivered. And I mean, there's a lot more than I ever anticipated that